If you want to spice up your hip drops, I've got 4 fab variations for you, and we're going to put them together into a fun combination. Hi, I'm Charlotte Desorgher, and if you're an intermediate or advanced belly dance student or a teacher, then I'm here to teach and inspire you to be the very best dancer you can be. I bring out a new video every Friday, so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out. And the first move that I'm sure you will know is a hip drop with a foot release. Yeah? So our absolutely classic hip drop with a foot release. We're going to do a variation of it which has a plie in it. So we go drop, kick, plie, kick. Now a plie is a little knee bend. Yeah? I'm going to face the mirror so you can see exactly what's happening a little bit better. It's a drop, kick and a plie kick. Now this hip is going down, 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 down. Now when we release the foot, we're used to the idea of the hip going down when we release. Yeah, it's the same thing when we plie. Basically what I'm doing is I'm bending, straightening, bending, straightening, bending, straightening. Just try that. Bend, kick, bend, kick. Do that in the mirror. Bend, kick, bend, kick. Now if we just add the hip drop, well, you know, the hips know what they're doing. By this time they know what they're doing. So drop, kick, bend, kick. Drop, kick, bend, kick. And you want that, I'm going to do it on the other side. God, hip drops with a foot release. They don't have to make your leg ache, don't they? They make your standing leg ache. So just make sure that this hip goes down and down and down and down and drop, kick, plie, kick. The second variation is a little bit more challenging. We're going to do a roll down into the drop. Now to roll down, I lift my rib cage first and then I pull in the upper ab, pull in the lower ab, and then I sit down. Now, as I come up, as I bring this my abs in, you'll see how my tail naturally tucks under. I don't want you to overdo it because I really don't like the idea of people over tucking because it puts a strain on your back. But lifting the rib cage, pulling in the upper abs, pulling in the lower abs will naturally just make your hips go up under a little bit. And then you release it back to neutral and then you can do a little kick. So this is how it looks. Drop, kick, roll down, kick. Drop, kick, roll down, kick. Can you see how I prepare with the rib cage up? Drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Drop, kick, and roll down. I'll often say "and" when we're doing a little preparation, and that's basically just a little beat in between before the main beat. Let's do it on the other side. Drop, kick and roll down, kick. Drop, kick and roll down, kick. Drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Drop, kick, lift, roll down. Now can you see here as well, I've got this little plie. Naturally when I roll down, my standing leg will bend a little bit. So we've got a similar thing to what happened earlier, yeah, where we had our drop kick and plie kick. And so although in our combination this is actually going to be variation number 3, I think it is, I wanted to teach you this immediately after number 1 because, as I say, it's so similar. So drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Okay, now if you have any questions at all or any comments, put them down below and I will respond. So if you've got any issues, any sort of like anything you don't understand, just put a little comment below and I'll try and explain. And the other thing as well is that if there's any other variation or anything else that you'd like me to teach, let me know, because if you tell me what you want me to teach, I can teach it and then I'll know that I'm teaching the things that you want to learn rather than necessarily what I think you want to learn. There's particularly a move coming up that I think some of you may want me to teach in another video, so just let me know, yeah? So any questions, any comments, just pop them below and I will answer you. So that's our second one. Our third one, a lot of you I think will know this one. It comes out of an upward 8, yeah? So one of the little tips I would give you is some people have their feet very close together when they're doing an upward 8, and it makes it very, very hard to actually create that 8-8. So have your feet a little way apart, yeah? And then you have more space for your hips to come up. Now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to come up, in, drop, drop. Up, in, drop, drop, and drop, drop. So remember how I said my and is my preparation. My preparation is that little lift of the hip, so like rounded hip lift, drop, drop, and drop, drop, and drop. Let's bring the arms in, and drop, drop, and drop, drop, and drop, drop. Always when we're doing these, we want to try and use the obliques to lift the hip as much as possible. Obviously, the more we lift the hip, the better hip drop we're gonna get. So that's our third one. And our fourth one is one of my favorites actually. This is just a little fun one. We're gonna do a drop, kick, go back, lift. Yeah? So, I'll show you in the mirror this one. Drop, kick, back, lift. And then we can do a little step. Yeah? This is a great hip drop if you've got a lively piece of music. It's a fun, kind of slightly flirty move. It always makes me want to smile. So if I'm doing this, I'll always go just a little woo. And then the great thing about a move like that is that you can then carry on moving forward. Yes, it gives you a little bit of propulsion. It's, as I say, it's a really good little hip drop if you want to actually travel, if you want to move forward. You can do this one first, yeah, and then you can go off and do whatever it is that you want to do. Yeah, it doesn't feel quite as static as maybe some of the others are. So we're going drop, kick, take the foot back, plie, lift. Always point your toe. This is one of the biggest problems that belly dancers have. We are not taught to think about our feet. We're so busy concentrating on what happens from here upwards. So many people just never learn how to get their feet looking pretty, and it's so important. You know, if I'm lifting my foot up here, if I've got it up like this, it just looks awful. Whereas if I've got it pointed, it looks pretty. It's about actually extending that line there, yeah, so that you don't have it like this. You've got a nice long line. Oh, and of course, even if you've got a long skirt or long baggy trousers like I've got, people are going to see that foot. So those are our 4 hip drops. We have a hip drop with a plie, drop, kick, plie, kick again, drop, kick, plie, kick again, drop, kick, plie, kick. Let's change sides. Drop, kick, plie, kick, drop, kick, plie, kick, drop, kick, plie, kick. Change sides again. Let's do the drop kick and the roll down kick. So join in if you want to. Drop, kick, roll down, kick, drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick, drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick. Last one, drop, kick, lift, roll down. Forgot to do the changeover. Let's just do it now. Drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick, drop, kick, lift, roll down, kick, drop, kick, lift, roll down. Last one, lift, roll down. Oh, this is good workout for your tum as well, doing a roll down. We have our little bouncy side to side ones. So let's have our arms coming up, up, down to here, and down, and down, and down. This is quite a nice little place to have the hands. You can make them go down here. If you're going to take your hands down your body, pull your elbows back. Yeah, you don't want to kind of like have it in front of your body. you want to try and pull those elbows back so that you're taking your hands down the body in a good line like this. And our final one is a drop kick, going back. Drop, kick, back, woo! Do you know what? I almost always do a little Hagala step after that. So let's do that because that's what we've got in the combination. Our Hagala step is going forward and back, and forward and back, and forward. Now, I'm just letting my hips move naturally. This is the move that I was thinking some of you might want me to teach, but if lots of you know this and you think, no, I know how to do a Hagala, and then that's fine. But if you would like me to teach, I could teach the Hagala and some variations of it. In fact, I think I will. Yeah, just let me know if you definitely want to do that, because I can do lots of variations. In fact, we're going to do, thinking about it, we're going to be doing another variation today. So yeah, let's do that at some point in the future. Okay, so as I say, my favorite thing to do is to do a drop, kick, back and forward and back. Yeah, let's do that on the other side. Let's give it a go. Drop, kick, go back and forward and back. And I normally start off with my hands here, and then when I go back, I bring it forward, and that just makes a nice line here. And then I can bring my hands in a little bit closer for my Hagala, so it just looks kind of like a little bit cute and folky. On the other side, drop, kick, go back and forward and back. So we're starting to build up a little combo. Let me tell you how I approach combinations. All the combinations that I create are created over 32 counts. Now the thing with a 32 count combination is that you can put it into any song pretty much. Now, when we're getting into complicated Turkish rhythms and things, it's not always the case, and sometimes you'll get sort of odd rhythms going in a sort of music from different countries. But most, certainly pretty much all Arab pop music and most Arab belly dance music, like what we call emergency music, is always created or almost always created around 16 and 32 count combinations. I won't go into the details of why and how that works, but you'll find that it works a lot. So that typically a chorus or a verse will go over 32 counts. And what that means is that the combinations that I teach you, you can use them anywhere. And I want you to use them. As I've said before, if you're a teacher, if you're a teacher, please feel free to teach anything that I teach here. If you're a dancer, please feel free to put these combinations into any of your performances. And of course, if you're a student, use my combos to practice with, but also when you come to create your own solos, by all means, grab one of my combinations and stick it in if it feels like the right combination to go somewhere, yeah, if it's got the right sort of feel. And all of the combinations that I create all have a different feel. This has a nice sort of bouncy, slightly earthy feel because of the nature of the moves that we're doing. Let me give you our next move, which is another Hagala move. And I'm going to do this into the mirror because it's going to be easier for you to follow. We're going to be doing what I call a Padaway. Comes from ballet. It's also used in jazz and in a lot of other hip hop and all sorts of things. Slight variations with each style. What we're going to do is we're going to step across, then we're going to step to the side, and we're going to step back. Some people call this a horseshoe, I think. So here I've got my left foot forward, and I'm taking a step on the left, I'm taking a step to the side, and I'm taking a step back. Don't make your steps too big. If you're not very used to doing things with lots of steps, be careful that you don't make too big a step, yeah? So the other thing is that I'm going from diagonal to diagonal, and I'm going to give you a quick tip about diagonals. The diagonal is the most flattering place, particularly for a woman to stand. Yeah? It's just super flattering. You can tell when you're on the diagonal, and again, I'll do this to the mirror. You can tell this when you're on the diagonal because you draw an imaginary square around you on the floor, and your diagonal is the corner of that square. Don't make the mistake of thinking that the diagonal is the corner of the room, because rooms are very rarely square, and even if they are square, you're not normally right in the center. So therefore, you'll end up going too far around one way or the other. If you look at this, you'll see that that's a nice, pretty flattering place to be. If I'm around here, you know, belly hang, which is fine. We love bellies. We're belly dancers after all. But if we're just a bit slumpy, then, sort of like, we just like lose a bit of thought. Or indeed, when we're doing a roll down, if we do it right round to the side, sometimes, it just doesn't look as good. If we're on the diagonal, it looks much, much more, much more attractive. So that is my little tip, do things on the diagonal. And here we are indeed on a diagonal. So as I say, your imaginary box around you. If you're standing in front of a mirror, you should be able to see both shoulders and both hips. And we're going to go cross, side, back, touch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If you want to, you can get those hips going with the Hagala hips. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is pretty much all our technique. The only other move we've got is a step touch. Oh, and a little turn. But I'll teach you that when I teach you through the combination, which is coming up now. Let's do it. So we're going to start off with a drop kick and a plie kick. So this is our first variation. It is a drop kick, plie kick. Then we're going to do a step touch. So I'm just popping the toe here and then a step touch. Don't put the weight on the foot, obviously. I'm sure you know that. Drop kick, plie kick. I'm going to do a step touch and my arms are going to come up, and I'm going to do step touch and they're going to come in here. Yeah? The left hip, now I've got my right foot out, so my weight is on my left hip. So the left hip is the one that comes up. Weirdly, that is the way that it works with an upward 8. Up, drop, drop, and drop, drop. Then I'm going to take a step back and I'm ready to do my drop kick and roll down. But let's go over that beginning bit again. So remember, when you're doing hip drops, keep those arms nice and long and elegant. Don't let them droop. Here we go. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch, step, touch. Hip comes up, left hip up, drop, 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 drop. I'm going to take a step back and I'm just going to bring my hands here. Drop, kick, lift, roll, kick. How about that? That is our first 16 counts. So with my combos, you can cut them up and just use the first 16 counts or the second 16 counts, and that'll give you half of a chorus or a verse. Here we go. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch, and drop, drop, and drop, drop. Step back, drop, roll down, drop. Did you see the way that I took a step back at the same time? As I took a step back, I lifted. It's a natural thing to do, actually, as you take that step back, lift the heel so that hip comes up, and then we're straight into the hip drop and the roll down. Yeah, so it's kind of a seamless thing. Yeah, one more time. Here we go. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch. Now when you do that step touch, you can give a little push of that hip. Step, touch. Up, drop, drop, and drop, drop. And then as I take that step back, can you see that the hip lifts up naturally? Drop, kick, roll down and kick. Yeah, so it's a natural thing to do, to take a step back and lift the heel at the same time. I'll show you close up. So I've gone bump, bump. I take a step back and I lift the heel at the same time. Drop, kick, release, roll down and kick. Yeah, I say kick, but it's more of a release really. I think it's just, I'm used to saying kick, but it is much more of a release, a soft release than an actual kick. Anyway, one last time and then we'll carry on. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch, and drop, drop and drop, 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 kick, roll down, kick. Okay, lift up that arm. We're going to go drop, drop, kick, back, lift. And then into our Hagala, forward and back. Then into our Padaway, cross, side, back. Yeah, let's do that again. We've more or less done this already anyway. So we've done the roll down with my hands. Drop, kick, back, give a little plie here and lift. Forward and back. Let's bring the hands down as we go cross, side, back. And then we're going to take a step on the right foot, turn round away from the audience, step on the left foot, take a step back, and we're ready to do it on the other side. I'll go over that in a minute. I just want to talk about the forward and back and the Padaway. So I've put the Hagala, the up and down hips on top. You absolutely don't have to do that. You don't have to do it at all. You can do drop, kick, back, hip, forward and back, cross, side, back, and then a little kick if you want to do, and then turn round. Yeah, so you absolutely don't have to do those hips up and down if you don't want to, but keep your knees nice and relaxed and you'll probably find that they will happen anyway. So we were here, we've just done the roll down, kick. So second half, drop, kick, back, forward and back, and Padaway. Take the arms down. 1, 2, 3, and step right, turn away, left, back, arms prepared. So again, don't worry if you go around the wrong way. I take it round backwards because it's just a little bit more interesting. If you end up going round forwards, who cares? It's fine. So drop, kick, back and forward, and wrong side. So we were here, weren't we? Wow. Drop, kick, back and forward and back. Padaway. 1, 2, 3, and step, step. And I kind of like do a little woo as I go round, just because it feels fun. But again, just let it happen naturally. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, you're going to be dancing. You're a different dancer than me anyway. 1, 2, 3, and always bring your own personality into your dancing. That is a wonderful thing about belly dancing. It is all about our own individual personalities and our own individual ways of moving. The wonderful thing about belly dance is it absolutely is for all body types, yeah? And we just all look slightly different doing it, and that is the wonderful thing. We're not meant to be clones in belly dancing. We're meant to be individuals, yeah? So if you don't look the same as me when you're doing things, it doesn't matter. I mean, I just happen to have big hips, which is great for certain things, not so great for others. I look terrible doing a reverse camel. But yeah, so you go with your own body and your own personality and bring your own personality into whatever you do. Let's do the whole thing through. Let's start this way. Okay. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch, up and drop, drop, up, drop, drop, step back and roll down and forward and back and go back Hagala, forward and back. Padaway, and a step going round on the other side. Drop, kick, plie, kick. Step, touch, right hip comes up this time, and drop, drop, and drop, drop, step back, and roll down, forward and back, forward and back, and hagala, and padaway, and step left, right, step back, ready to go again. Here we go. Drop, kick, plie, kick, step, touch, come up, drop, and up, drop, go back, and lift and roll down, and drop, and back. Woo! Forward and back with a hagala, and padaway, and step right, left, right. Last time. Drop, kick, plie, kick, step, touch, up, drop, drop, up, drop, drop, go back, roll down, and drop, kick, go back, kick, and hagala, and padaway, da, da, di, da, da, and a turn around. Here we go. Okay, let's run it through with some music. I'm using a fab piece of music called La La, and I've put a link down below so that you can get it if you want to. Here we go, and a drop, kick, plie, kick, step, touch, little drop, take a step back for the roll down. Drop kick, take it back, and hagala, padaway, and step, turn around on the other side. Step back, into the roll down, drop kick, back kick, forward, and back, padaway, and turn. Let's do it one more time. I'll do it without calling out this time. Here we go. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you do, give me a like, of course. And also don't forget, I've got a new video coming out every Friday, so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to make sure that you don't miss out. And if you want to come and learn with me properly, I have a great online belly dance school. It's called Undeniables Online, and you get loads of classes at intermediate and advanced level. We have live classes, and we've got a wonderful community of dancers from all over the world. And yeah, it's great fun and loads of stuff to learn on there. So have a little look down below. I've left a link for you, and come and have a look and come and dance with me.